It is number 75 on crowd observations, and it looks like it is 75 miles an hour, at which this guy is taking his exit very damn late. But I was not referring to that black Mercedes. It gets a lot less appealing than this. Yeah, the late switch to the exit lane, a classic. But talking about lane switching... late, but additionally oblivious and reckless. Ah, we got another case of sophisticated Germans not being very sophisticated drivers. We got a sign to the right, which... damn it, let's try it again. To the right, we got a sign that tells us where to place ourselves at this junction, at normal circumstances. Currently, there are roadworks, and some of you may have heard so far that over here, yellow road markings are overruling regular white road markings. So since that red bubble car doesn't get it, it's now completely standing in oncoming traffic. Beautiful. However, it would have been a smarter idea of the officials to cover up or remove that sign we saw. But as we are making fun of incompetent drivers on this channel, German authorities also mess up so much we would need a channel for that. If you knew about all that, you would be like, I didn't know that Germany was that ridiculous.
Ja, ist schon schwer, also...
I can't risk damaging my glorious brain by moving my head around. Fascinating enough, those cars did not touch each other, but his glorious brain caused him to lose a hubcap when scraping by that curb. Aside from almost causing a crash. We are spreading some precious rubber on the freeway with Chris here, running at around 200 kph, and that's fine in this traffic, but you gotta be more careful with such speeds around areas like entry lanes. Holy cow, what a close call. This is the kind of people who should not be driving when pulling such moves. Obliviously moving over to the left lane right when entering the freeway and being so surprised by his own mess that he almost hits the truck when suddenly pulling back to the right again. At least that's what I am assuming in his defense, because who knows if this move wasn't planned just like pulling over to the left lane in the first place. We don't know that, but what we do know is that Chris might have been sentenced to be at partial fault in case of a crash, because he didn't adapt his speed to the traffic situation. 200 kph when quite a few cars make it onto the freeway, lawyers are like, you're screwed. We have been very close to a crash here. Let's take a step further to when it actually happens. Distances on the left lane are looking everything but glorious, but let's observe a good example why they are so essential. Oh well, the reactions of this driver looked pretty poor, but just looking away at the wrong moment or fiddling around with some controls, maybe even checking mirrors, there are so many options and suddenly your car is part of a foreign vehicle. But if he watched for his proper distance, it would have been a different story. Screw those goddamn red lights, but what a relief to be a bus. A very damn small one, that is. Nah, really. Such people are self-centered assholes, taking themselves for more important than others, when this driving proves that they are not. They should be trapped behind everybody else. Oh, a sudden exit fell from the sky. Let's quickly take it racing through two trucks without any sight. It's not like anything can go wrong this way, ain't that right? Green light. The car in front of the BMW is already getting away. What is he waiting for? I see. Honestly, I have a hard time picking a position here. I am torn between what a poor idiot, he obviously needs to compensate for something, and that's a goddamn M4, push that sucker! And that sucker needs to be pushed too.
Meine Fresse nochmal, guck dir du.
He needs to be pushed off the freeway, and if he keeps driving like this, some truck will do the job one day. The driver of this car is all chilly until he sees a sign that the left lane ends soon and he realizes, oh god, there's a truck, I need to be in front of it! Never mind. Most of us would like to have special cars, right? Awesome cars, expensive cars, cars with special features. But I am sure there's a feature that nobody of us wants their car to have. Invisibility. But various gadgets suffer the fate of sudden invisibility. Traffic lights, for example. The guy right next to us doesn't seem to see this glaring red light. And almost crashes into fast cross traffic. And once a crash does happen, this kind of people always has an interesting explanation up their sleeve why stuff happens. But them doing something wrong? Impossible! But who knows if it may have been a mistake and not intentional. We certainly can't say this about the driver of a school bus ahead of us. He was gunning it, we all saw that. I have the feeling like missing something, you feel that too? I guess we're missing the steaming heat of a small man's ego. On the freeway, we are sitting behind this Audi which is now occupying the left lane for 15 minutes already. And German traffic law says you can tell the person ahead that you want to pass him by using the high beam for a short moment, which is what our man does. But the Audi driver seems to feel attacked instead and reacts with issues. He reacts with a brake check, the traffic equivalent of issues. I personally think that this thing about using the high beams to indicate you're passing in German traffic law is completely idiotic. When society has collectively decided to use them for various different things, the law should respect that and adapt. But German lawmakers gotta be like, no, you are not doing it right, we tell you what you can do, we know better than anybody else. Okay, dude. Another roundabout, plenty of space to f*** up. Coming to a stop instantly when getting honked at, do we have another small man with some ego issues? Too bad our man wasn't very talkative. We are approaching lining up cars, waiting for the car wash on the other lane.
Ja, genau, wieder mal und wieder mal und wieder mal und der nächste, oder? Oh ja, super.
Now isn't this the best display of lemmings ever? Everybody is following the other one, not even thinking about this traffic situation. The camera driver was certainly very excited about this whole ordeal.
Ja, was soll der Scheiß? Euch geht's noch gut, oder? Alle miteinander.
Minutes earlier, our man was on the side of the line.
Ja, genau. Was bist denn du eigentlich für ein Voll... Kommt von hinten und drängelt. Und hupt.
We are observing an Audi, which is indicating to the right, but looks like he saw our man and went properly back into his lane. Sorry, my fault for assuming that people watch for traffic. But hey, at least a camera driver didn't speed up and honk violently, like people usually do in such cases. What, you wanna see proof for that? Easy, you can see that in almost all of our episodes. You can either watch the one you see to the left there, or pick yourself another one from the playlist to the right. Go grab them before they are getting cold. Mahlzeit!